Hello, you guys, and welcome back. Welcome if you're new. My name is Mandy, and today we are setting up the month of August. It's kind of like I'm just realizing it's a little bit different of a way I've filmed that before, and I'm actually really excited I'm getting this out to you guys before the month of August. So that is a celebration for this video right here. But right now, you're just kind of seeing me punch all the holes in all the printouts that I completed for August. And I wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about that process. In this video, you're going to see me put this in my planner. You're going to see me in a moment here now taking things out. So I go through my planner when I decide to finally clean it out in detail as much as I can and just separate things. Like I take things out that I want to keep, and then I take things out that I'm going to keep for a little bit of time and then probably toss soon. So in a moment, you'll see those two piles. But for now, I wanted to mention that this time I printed on 24-pound paper. Usually I print on 28-pound. That's all the store had in the moment. And I felt like the 24-pound was actually thick enough. So I liked that. And it wasn't see-through after I printed it. 28-pound is, a little bit better to me, but it just depends on the brand too. So some of you guys will ask me about that. Regular copy paper, by the way, is around 20 pounds. So the other thing that I was going to kind of mention in this video here is the way that I've been creating these. If you are ever interested in creating your own planner, I know some people say they would really love to have the planner that works for them, but they kind of get stopped in creation. So what I've been doing is keeping everything that I go into Canva, I create, things, especially I know it's easier. I've done a lot of work in the past to create things, so I use what I already have. And what I do is I just make minor adjustments, or I put things together that I've created and then try them out. So then I end up saving it after creating it in Canva. I end up saving it, and I end up saving it in Canva, but also on my computer as, for example, August setup 2024. And I have July setup 2024. I have June setup 2024. And I think I started that back in May or June. And it's been really nice because next year I can kind of go back and use it, or I can just kind of build on what I've been using. If, say, I completely change my planner around in a month or two for just the season of like fall and winter coming up, then next summer I can go back to this because I loved it so much. Just, that's just an example. And what's really nice when I save it in Canva like that as I'm creating it is I don't have to recreate a bunch of things. I can actually just make sure that what I've already created gets used, and then what I add to my planner in that moment is, being used as well. So if you've seen any of my setup videos or just my videos throughout the last couple months, you'll see that I've been kind of using many of the same things, except when I made, like, say, a big change or something. But you'll see that I've used many of the same things and just added like an additional page or changed up a page or two, or just kind of worked it in to work more for my season of life right now. And in this video, I'm going to kind of talk a little bit about that too. So stay tuned for that. And this is basically the end of the voiceover, and you'll be with me in the actual video now. Okay, you guys, here's where I'm at. So this is the pile that I don't really need anymore. I'm going to keep it for a little bit in case I need to look back and see how I was planning or how I was just keeping track of different things. This is the pile of notes or calendar items, meals, things that I need to be able to at least look over one more time when I have, a little bit more time, and maybe keep or make notes in my newer pages. A lot of these are my goals too, so I like to hold on to those and look over them. So as you can see, as I create things, as I go throughout my year and realize what I really, really want my planner to be like intentional, like I actually think so much like, okay, I really need my goals page to be on the back of a monthly page. So that way I can keep those two things. And as you can see, like this page was kind of random. I'm not going to need to keep this page forever, but I do want the notes from it for videos and stuff. But it's on the back of my daily verse page, which, maybe what I realize when I do these kind of things is, okay, I either need a double-sided notes page or I need it to be intentional. So it needs to make sense to like be on the back of something. So if that makes sense. And then I've got my planner. It is so much thinner now. So I'm, able to like work more months into it. So only July is in here. I have August that we're going to set up together. And I did take this out because this is not needed, but I used one of my old empty one-page monthlies to write out like a theme of meals, because I'm going to start like having something like this, probably even making it a permanent thing to where it's on my fridge. It's not saying like that's what we're going to have every day, but there are so many times when we have like an event going on and I just did not get to like really sit down and think about dinner. So if that happens, I'm going to say it's like a Thursday night, I'm going to be like, okay, we have breakfast. It doesn't have to be any of these things, but if I can't think, because by 3-4 o'clock I'm like, I really can't think anymore, like this is going to be so helpful. Like I won't have to think about what to make for dinner. So all right, let's get this set up in there and I'll kind of walk you through that. And I forgot to kind of show you guys, I thought this would be interesting, or, we're always kind of curious, like, how do you keep all these things? Well, over time, I really don't, but because I don't want to completely get rid of this in case I need something, I have this little file thing, which I'm going to kind of behind me in one of these in here. And I have different things in here, but there is one that says this week. You can't see it. And what I'll do is I'll put it, I'm going to put it in there. I cleaned it out. When I made it, it was the intention was, I don't know why I named it this week, but I just haven't gotten around to changing the label. So I need to change the label. But what I'm going to do is write 2024 March through June, and just hang on to it for a little bit, have that sticking up so that way I can see, if I ever need to kind of look back and see how I was planning, and that's where I'll put them for a little while anyway. So I often wonder to myself, like, what would my space over here look like if I didn't, not only film my planning, much of my planning journey here, but also create my own things. Probably would be a lot different, you guys. I just want to, let you know, because I have my Etsy shop, and of course, if you see anything you're interested in, the link is down below. Many other things that are here or, would be similar to this, they wouldn't have the same background because I'm changing my backgrounds up and stuff each month a little bit, but are linked below as well. But if I didn't have, my very, very small business, I don't know, it would be different. I wouldn't keep as much, if you know what I mean. Like I definitely would not need to keep things to see if I wanted to use them or whatever. So I'm kind of sad because I guess I could glue this, but it's getting a little roughed up on the edge there, but that's okay. I'm still loving this semi, neutral cover. So we're going to stick with that. And we're coming up on school, so I'm going to keep this in there. And here I have a few stickers and, a little meal plan. And then I have some dailies, which I have not pulled from. I haven't really needed a daily. I think I'm going to try to print a couple different options though, and put a few other dailies in here, or at least even in here maybe. And then here's June. So this is the current month that I'm in. I definitely use previous months to like set up new months. So we're going to be probably using that as we set this next month up. And then I have my tab for my monthly. I have a tab. Usually the other two tabs are either on something that I use regularly, or just, I have like 2 to 3 catch-all layouts per week. And I know that sounds like a lot, but I just don't like having different sections in my planner. Or if I do have a section, it's usually like one different section than a catch-all. So this is my catch-all section, and this is my faith. So that's where my tabs end up going. So they sometimes will start at the beginning of the week, and then I'll have another tab or something at the end. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and set August up for this tab right here. And I'm gonna kind of just plug it in here. Or, I've already punched, so see if I can get all these in there at once. I don't like doing this because I feel like it can kind of bend my paper, but we'll see if I do it okay. Okay, I think that worked. All right, so the first one here, I'm gonna go ahead and try to label a lot today because I prefer, to have the same color when I label. And I really liked what I did last month with this section. Usually I'll change it up sometimes. Sometimes it'll be business. Sometimes it'll be, things I want to do around the house. But I really liked this setup, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again. It's basically just like an overall, like what I need to do, but I don't need a ton of space, if that makes sense. Like I don't need a big old long list. Home care / organize. I'll just do that. And then down here, I've just kind of like made them separate little things. So yeah, I think I'll do homeschool again. And then it's just like if something comes up, to be honest. Okay, it might be Etsy, it might be YouTube, something like that. So this is kind of like my overall monthly to-do list. I'm loving it. If you've been watching, if you watch all the videos that I put out there, you would probably see how I've used it differently. And I was just noticing that when I was pulling out the other pages of the months that I used it differently, and I just pretty much loved every different way I've used it. So this is a really nice, flexible, versatile page to have in your planner, I feel. You could have more than one, so I do love that about it. I was gonna set up the monthly before filming. I was just gonna number it. I'm not gonna do that for you guys here because you don't really probably want to see me number my months. Like, I don't know, maybe you do, but so the only thing I'm having trouble with what I want to do for this month is last month I used it for just notating how I was feeling. So this was like my wellness planner for the month, my wellness like monthly tracking. And I do like that because it gave me all the space and stuff. However, what I ended up doing this month was putting my other wellness, like tracking habits and stuff here, my habit tracker on the other side of this monthly. And then I realized like it would be nice to have this monthly be moved throughout the month, and it's double-sided. So as I mentioned earlier, just trying to be like intentional in my planning and making sure that things that go together, like when I do the process I just did where I pulled everything out, I will most likely keep my monthly, my goals, and this. And honestly, like, I think this is also fun to look back on and see what I was needing to do. But these are things that I will keep, you know, keep for a while. It's the weeklies that end up kind of going like away after a while, or, you know, and then I have double-sided notes in case I have notes on here, whether it's something just notated that I need to keep in my planner for a while. It's not double-sided, you know, with like a weekly that I may not keep. So that was the intention that I found from like the last month and previous months, that I really want to kind of be more intentional when I create these, to make sure that things that are double-sided either can be tossed at the end of the month or a couple months, or need to come with me to the next month, or you know, year even. I don't know. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. So I'm just not sure, because I will be keeping this, but I'm not sure if I'm going to track wellness here or just all the other things like dinners, and maybe like sometimes I'll write like what I need to film and do for Etsy or YouTube and stuff like that. So this makes more sense to me to, I don't know. Thank you for being here so I could think out loud right now and try to figure this out. This is nice because I feel like I can just write down like the dinners or random little notes. And there's really no room for like random other notes. And sometimes I've like to write down a goal for my wellness or whatever. So this is more roomy for that, I guess. But this one is just, you know, it's nice because it's double-sided, and there's just not as much space to write down different notes on this one. So I'm going to figure that out. Yeah, so that's where we're at with that. I've got this one here, so I'm going to go ahead and label this one. I've thought about doing a couple of monthlies, but, you know, I don't really know if I want that many in my planner. I'll put dates here later. But, so yeah, goals is just a whole nother, you know, setup. I'm going to do a video on this one, but to kind of explain to you guys what my purpose is here. So what I was finding was on my catch-all here, I was keeping track of my supplements, which I actually really, really love. And I still have that on my current, like it's the same catch-all. You guys, I love this one so much. The only thing was, I keep track of this, but then I would toss them. And I wanted to make sure that I had a better view calendar-wise with all like any symptoms I had, if I had a headache or if I had didn't sleep well. Like I want to track how I'm doing all that. And I wanted it on the same page so that way I can keep it month after month in a folder or something. So that's the purpose here. So I'm going to go ahead and do my supplements here and stuff. And what I'm going to do is I'll put a tab here, and I'm going to try to get into the habit of marking on this every single day, so I can keep track as much as I can. The previous months I've been okay about it. So as you can see, like back hurting and you know, not walking's better, like different things like that. Right leg or hip area aches. And I'm just trying to like keep track of like my workout. And I know it sounds crazy, but like the nitty-gritty stuff of like, oh, I did this workout yesterday, I feel this way by nighttime or the next morning. I took the, you know, I started taking this supplement or whatever, and I really want to track that stuff as much as I can. I can't stress about it, but, and then I have a notes page so I can kind of notate anything extra here. So that's kind of what I'm going to do with that. Notes page. Now we're getting into the week. So every week we'll have a notes page. This is going to change soon probably, but this is my food log and honestly just like totally random things that have to do with my wellness that week, but I needed this space. I was either going to get a completely new notebook and just do it all in a different notebook, but I really wanted to give it another chance in my planner here, since this is what comes with me throughout the day and stuff. So I'll have, you know, that's the only thing is like, I don't know. It's like, I can't get it all in one area, it seems like, or if I can, I need to create something like this catch-all, but specifically for wellness. But I use a lot of space to write things. So I'm going to have food. If I had like a bowel, if I had a headache, I wrote like a list. So I'm going to set that up probably in a different video, but that's what this one's going to be. And in the future, it might be a little bit of both, like of that and school, because I do use a page like this for school. Usually it's just one page. Then I have my catch-all. Nothing new here. I'm gonna keep trucking along with that. I love having my my faith section here. My favorite from this last month. I haven't been doing it the current week I'm talking to you right now as much, but I loved this one, just like writing it down in my own handwriting. But I do love trying to use my cursive again. And then it starts over. We have notes. So these are where I need to be intentional, is like if I don't want these note pages to be, have to like be kept, I probably won't be notating things here in that way, or I won't care and I will, and I'll just like figure it out. But this is good because each week I do have some reason or somewhere I need to write some notes, and then it kind of keeps going. So that is my monthly setup. I do have a little bit of a different ending to the month. I don't know, are you guys the type when you look at a planner, you're like, okay, the weeklies, I got that down, they all look the same. What's at the end of the month? And I do that. I look through, I was just at Target yesterday and I was like, okay, like, what's this? And then what's at the end of the month? And if it's just a note page, I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I have a note page. And then I decided to, which I need to make sure that's more in line next time, but I decided to use this page, which you might have seen if you watch my videos, you might recognize it. But this page, I was going to see if I could use it more for like my, just trying to be better about like posting on socials for my calendars and my, you know, Etsy shop and stuff. So maybe if I need to try to make a reel or just, you know, get on and talk about something. I'm just not good at like getting on like Instagram and talking to you guys about all this, and I would like to get a little bit better about that, and just to figure out, you know, fitting it in my day. But part of that is coming up with the ideas. I don't just like impromptu like get on and, you know, talk. So maybe this will help me out and plan out some things. So I thought maybe I could put my videos here, and then this could be different things for the different weeks of the month, and then some to-do lists. And then to end it out, I have a pretty little notes page. So I decided to go with like a blush, purplish theme, pinkish purplish. I'm excited. I think on my printer it was a little pinker, so I'm, you know, it's very lit up where I'm at right now. So, and as you can see, I had like in July, I had, you know, the 4th of July theme, and then I tried to do some summary things. So, and I really enjoyed that. So we're gonna do this for August, and I'm excited to have it all set up and ready. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like anything you see if it's in my shop in the link down below. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and have a wonderful, beautiful, blessed day. Stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a video setting this page up as well as my weekly. So I hope to see you there. Bye guys.